Welcome to the Millerhood. I'm Richard.
He's Richard. I'm Mike.
I'm Nick, and he's Richard.
Thanks for watching. If this is on YouTube and you're watching, or if you're listening to our podcast, we're glad you're here with us. Today we've got a pretty cool show for you. We've got our very first special guest, and what we're going to be doing is each of us has picked a random news story that's weird in nature, and it might not be the most recent thing, but a news story that just stuck out to us, and we're going to share that news story with you. So let's just dive right on in. Millerhood. Welcome to the Millerhood.
Guess I'll go first.
Welcome to the Millerhood.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the jungle. All right.
I suppose I'll go first. Mine's just funny and dumb. Apparently, in Colorado, a old man with white hair and a white beard decided to rob a bank. And then threw the money in the air and shouted Merry Christmas.
Where?
Colorado.
No, like, where did he throw the...
There's my issue. There's my issue with that. He did it, apparently, at a Starbucks. I don't approve. Anywhere else would have been okay, but at a Starbucks, no, I refuse. Shouldn't have done it at Starbucks. Those people don't need that.
Hey, you hipstery snob waffles. Guess what today is? It's your lucky day. Merry Christmas. A bunch of people that probably don't even like Christmas. Don't you mean happy holidays? I'm not taking your anti-money.
And then he sat down and waited for the cops.
I mean, at Starbucks? Like, go to a soup kitchen and do that.
And the cops said there were thousands of dollars remained unaccounted for.
Oh, yeah. Because he said,
allegedly went to one cup of coffee.
If he'd have said happy holidays, I bet you there would have been a lot more money taken up, because you know how them Starbucks people be. They be hating on Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
No, they did take the money.
They did take the money?
Thousands of dollars left unaccounted for.
Hypocrites. Merry Christmas. It ain't even Christmas
Richard,
anymore now.
They have to afford the coffee.
Oh.
they upgraded to the venti.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
So that's basically my just little random, stupid little thing. It's
that's funny. Why a Starbucks?
I don't know. Like, makes no sense, but whatever. That's mine. That's my little...
You said your piece?
I've said my thing.
Okay,
my
my
input for the video.
My news story is just as weird, if not weirder.
Okay.
All right, what's going on?
It takes me a long time to get there.
So a Florida woman who was in Louisiana for some reason.
Florida people. So.
Really?
Move over, Florida man. Florida woman's coming to get you.
That's right.
She was at this truck stop petting zoo.
Wait a second.
Truck stop petting zoo.
Say that again?
Now,
a truck stop petting zoo.
See, my mind is wondering what a truck stop petting zoo might be.
Listen to this. Florida woman at a Louisiana truck stop petting zoo. I don't know where this is going, but I'm in.
I want to find out. What is meant by a truck stop petting zoo?
Is it real? Do they like
are they real
trucks?
animals, or are these women of the night?
It's an actual. They're animals.
So it's an actual petting zoo at
a truck stop.
Yes.
In Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Weird. So there's this camel there.
There's
a camel
in Louisiana.
At the petting zoo, at the truck stop
in Louisiana.
You
know, when I think Louisiana, camels doesn't even come to mind.
No,
I mean animals come to mind, Louisiana, but not a camel.
And I could even be convinced of a truck stop petting zoo. That sounds like a Louisiana-ish kind of a thing.
Sounds like a Northern Florida kind of thing.
Sounds like a Florida thing too, not gonna lie.
That's why she visited there.
Florida, but Louisiana's like it's like a little bit, it's less, I don't know. It's kind of like the Florida of the North.
South to north.
I mean, like it's north for Florida.
I mean, once you get past Florida, you've reached south.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That's true.
we're below.
It's the north of the central time zone.
Yeah, there you go. It's the Florida of the central.
So you're
time
saying
zone.
there's a chance for Florida not to be the weirdest?
No, there's no chance.
No, Florida's weird.
It's because all of those hippie states send us all their rejects.
Well, yeah, Florida's not that bad. We just get.
We get all the people
All
that
the
come
people- all
down
the
here.
people.
We get everyone's rejects.
I also
Right.
I say that being a reject myself.
Yeah, we love everybody. We love you, tourists in Florida. That's why we have no state taxes. Keep on it coming.
Until I move out of the state.
Okay, well, the camel. I don't know how she got to where the camel could do this, but so she chased her dog.
This is a family show.
She chased her dog because it got off its. It wasn't on a leash.
Wait a
apparently.
second. You take a dog? Well, I mean, if you're
Petting
going to a petting zoo at a truck stop in Louisiana.
Like, I know what camels are known for nowadays. It's not going there, is it?
What?
Let's just hear him out. Go ahead.
Well, apparently the dog got into the enclosure where the camel was, and so she crawled into the enclosure.
To get her dog.
Okay, and then what happened?
The camel decided to sit on her.
The camel sat on the woman?
Yes.
Just sat down.
600-pound
Just
camel
sat on her.
Sat on her.
Sat on.
Just sat down.
Just sat down.
Just took a seat.
Yep.
Says,
Where?
hey, here's a stupid lady. I'm gonna have a seat.
Like as she was crawling through?
I don't know. It doesn't say that, but
Is 600
Like was she
pounds-
standing up when
is
he
that a
sat
big
on her?
Camel? Is 600 pounds? Is that a big camel?
I don't know. I'm almost there myself.
I mean, I'm not. I'm almost a camel.
but she had a unique way to get the camel off of her.
Oh, what did she do?
I don't. What?
She bit the camel's private region.
Oh my gosh, Nick.
No, now hold on.
Seriously, dude.
Now,
I asked you ahead of time. Oh.
now, when you say private region,
We know what he means.
we're talking about
Not the.
not the.
We know what he means,
You
okay?
talking about the wiffle ball or the wiffle bat?
The wiffle ball.
Oh.
Just bit it.
Bit it.
You know, I know in some
This is
places
supposed to be a family
they
show.
eat those kind of things, but I don't think live.
Well.
So hold on, did she do this so he would get off of her?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure there's other ways to make that happen. That's a nice little rib shot.
What do you mean? Did she not have access to her hands?
Like that's the
Just give him a
that
nice
that was her
I don't
go-to.
know. There wasn't a lot of investigation.
I don't
in the
want this
story,
camel on
apparently.
me. Chomp down.
Your stories have to be
Now,
vetted from now on.
I will say this. It kind of gives a vivid picture of where he sat and what he sat on.
Well, she got brought to a hospital, and her husband are going to be charged with trespassing and
Are they
for
also
not
separating
having a dog on a leash.
Because she cheated on him with a camel.
with Mike?
It's
Mike,
nice
Mike,
to know
Mike,
that
Mike,
the
Mike.
camel did nothing wrong, and they're not going to charge the camel with anything.
Is the camel filing charges for assault?
Might be.
Is she being labeled a sexual predator at this point?
I don't know.
Your stories are being vetted from now on.
I told you it's weird, man.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty weird, Nick.
I don't even want to know
I don't.
how you came across
How did you?
that.
I
Did you
don't-
come
what
across
did you-
that?
What do you put in a search to find
Did
that?
you-
I don't want to know.
Weird news.
You know, it was while looking into something else.
He probably was looking into something else. Okay. That's wow. So Florida woman
Is Richard's
has
gonna,
officially overtaken Florida
man. but will Richard's news story overpower
My news story.
that image?
Mine is epic. So here's the title of the story, and this is from last month. A lot of people heard about this, but I can't get it out of my head. Man claims his farts can kill mosquitoes 6 meters away. Like he's some kind of mosquito sniper with his farts.
Hey, we all have skills.
A Uganda man whose farts can allegedly kill mosquitoes 6 meters away claims to have been offered deals by companies looking to turn his flatulence into commercial insect repellent. His name is Joe. Mosquito Joe. the mosquito sniper.
Mosquito Joe. Well, I mean, we all have to have skill set, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
really good.
what a skill set to have.
And it's so potent that, according to him, right?
According to Joe,
that he's been contacted by insecticide companies to harvest his mosquito killing flatulence.
kind of jealous. It's a neat trick to have.
It's pretty great. It's
good to have, especially in Florida. That'd be great.
Oh, it'd be awesome. That guy'd be the life of the party.
You would be Florida man.
But that's not it though. There's more.
Well, you mentioned earlier that we have a special guest.
This is it. Yes.
Is this the special
guest?
guest?
This is the special guest.
We have Mosquito Joe.
The Mosquito Joe.
Here today.
Wow.
Millerhood.
Our first special guest.
First this soon.
Yes.
And it happens to be
Fart
a
sniper,
mosquito killing farter.
Yeah.
Named Mosquito Joe.
All the way from Uganda.
But
due to the size constraints we have in our studio, totally updated professional studio for those of you listening on the podcast. We
don't go watch the video.
No, do watch the video. Never tell them not to watch the video. But due to the size constraints and because I take up a lot of space myself, I'm actually gonna have to leave the room so that there's space for Joe. But I'll just
do you have to leave the room?
Well, I gotta get off the set. I gotta get off the totally professional set that we have set up in our totally professional studio. For those listening on the podcast,
just go sit in the.
Yeah, I'll just go stand over there, and but that way Mosquito Joe can come in. He's in the green room right now because we have a professional grade green room where our guests sit while they're waiting to be interviewed.
With a window.
Yeah, there's a window in there.
There's a window in there. We've made it.
So I'm just gonna go, and then that way Joe can come and we'll get Mosquito Joe.
Mosquito Joe, Nick.
Mosquito Joe. How did we get such a guest?
Well, I'm sure Richard had something to do with it. Richard probably saw this article and was like, I have to get this man on my show. Yeah. Unbeknownst to you and I, we now have to have an interview with Mosquito Joe.
Yeah.
Who kills mosquitoes with his butthole. So without further ado, all the way from Uganda, folks, Mosquito Joe. Mosquito Joe, I presume?
Hi.
That's me, man. I'm Mosquito Joe. That's what they call me.
You're from Uganda.
Yeah, all the way from Uganda. That's how I say it. That's how the locals say it. You know, those of us from Uganda, we don't say Ganda. You know what I mean? We say Ganda.
I've never been there, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, man. It's great to be here in America.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm
excited.
So, just have a few questions.
Great, man.
How are you liking America so far?
America's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
I agree.
I like it so far. Long way from home.
Yeah.
I love you, Uganda.
So, when did you discover that you had this skill set? Let's call it a skill set.
All right. Well, so you know how y'all got like Boy Scouts and stuff like that?
Sure.
We got the same kind of thing in Uganda, right? But it's not called Boy Scouts of America because that'd be weird, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, me and my buddies, we were out there camping, right? And I noticed I'd be looking over at other people's little sleeping bags and tents, and it's pretty customary when you're out there camping to fire up some beans, right? And I noticed whenever we had beans, all right, Me and my buddies, those were in my close proximity, we ain't have no problems with mosquitoes, man. But everybody else, I'd be having to slap them and get them off of them. There's mosquitoes all over the place. And I just started to wonder, how come these people got problems with mosquitoes and me and my friends ain't got no problems with mosquitoes? And then all of a sudden it hit me, Joe, you've never been bitten by a mosquito. And I thought, what in the world is going on? So I did some tests, because I'm a scientist, I like science, and I figured it out that it was because of my farts. Because I would load up. Why are you laughing? I see you trying to smile. It ain't funny. I would load up, man. I would just eat a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of beans, and then I'd just go out into the world just to farting, and I would just notice wherever I was, the mosquitoes weren't there. I don't know. Just discovered it camping as a little boy. Why you let?
So this has been a long time.
I don't know what's wrong with your little mole friend here. I don't know what he finds so funny, looking like you ain't seen the light of day in 10 years. Vampire.
I see that.
He's laughing. I don't see what's so funny. Man's got a gift. You want to laugh at? Yuck it up, mole man.
He's a.
I'm sorry. I had a question. So, how long has this been going on? Your stinky situation.
Are you proud of yourself? Proud of yourself?
I'm sorry.
I just answered the question. Said I found out when I was a little camping little boy with my friends. Found out that the mosquitoes were scared of my farts.
How long has it been going on? Like how long?
I don't know. I'm like 40 now. I don't know. I was a boy. I didn't write it down in a baby journal. I ain't got like a baby diary. You probably got a baby diary, mole man.
Well, I have a real question. Sorry for him.
Write down all your insults and jokes in your baby diary, mole man.
In all seriousness, I'm a married man.
Right.
I wonder, hearing this, I can't help but wonder, how is one's personal love life?
Well, listen, man, listen.
Gift such as yours.
Well, it is not a problem at all right? First off, I want to tell you, there's a lot of mosquitoes in Uganda. A lot of mosquitoes, and everybody, ladies know, if you're out on a date with old Mosquito Joe, you ain't got to worry about no mosquitoes. That's all I'm saying. My ladies are always mosquito free. That's a Mosquito Joe guarantee.
No mosquitoes, sure.
Right.
What is their opinion of the reason there is no mosquitoes? I'm trying to be nice here.
Listen, I don't know how else to tell you this, but Mosquito Joe is doing fine with the ladies. All right? Mosquitoes are a serious problem. All right? And they know old Mosquito Joe has got that problem taken care of. I'm going to just leave it at that. Not a problem, is all I'm saying.
Noted.
Yeah.
Look, I can't lie. It ain't all easy, though. It seems like you're trying to pry for some difficulty in my life. That's what you Americans do, I guess. But listen, it ain't all easy. Truth. I know you want the truth. And here's the truth, right? I know on the surface it seems like I'm just living a good life, living like a rock star, man. Got people collecting my farts and paying me for them. Got a team of nerds that's always going around me with a vacuum all the time, trying to collect all the air that's precipitating out of my backside. But it ain't all sunshine and roses, man. It's got its hard parts too, okay? Do they love me for me? Do they love Joe for Joe, or is it just about the farts, man? It has wrecked all of my close family relationships. It's destroyed them. It does. I don't matter what it is. You can write it down. If anybody's having a birthday party or a cookout or some kind of celebration, jot it down. 2 or 3 hours before it happens, they're going to give me a call. Hey, Joe, You know that party we're having today? Yeah, I know. How about a couple hours before we get started, you come over here and crop dust my backyard so my friends don't get bit up by mosquitoes? Every time. Yuck it up, Mo man. You think it's all funny. How'd you like it if your friends and family only loved you because of your flatulent mosquito-killing nature?
I don't know.
That's heartbreaking.
It's terrible.
Relationships have been depleted, much like the ozone.
It ain't funny, and it's hard, but you know what? It's okay. It's a blessing. I got a good job. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm a happy man, Mosquito Joe. Happy man.
Well, that's all we can do. So, was there anything you wanted to add, Nick?
No, but, let's clear the air here. We kind of hope that this interview didn't stink.
Is that these little mole people on your podcast?
This is what we get Richard for letting him join the Millerhood. Well, hopefully Richard has some useful things to say. Richard, do you have any questions for Joe?
Joe, thank you for being here with us. I gotta say, by the way, you are one handsome gentleman. I apologize for Nick. He is a mole man. How are you enjoying the podcast interview so far? How are you enjoying thank you too, sir. You're a handsome fella yourself. And mole people aside, this has been a pleasant experience, and I appreciate being invited over here to America for this podcast interview. And might I also just say, this is for those listening on the podcast, while I am not the most experienced interviewee, this is an amazing studio that y'all got set up here for this here podcast.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We try.
You're welcome.
We try.
You're a monster.
More to come.
So, yes, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for that. Also, one other question, though. What are your future plans? What is next for Mosquito Joe? If I'm honest, I'd like to find a little Mosquito Jane to settle down with and make a little troop of Mosquito Joe Juniors. And I don't know, man. Maybe if we get enough of them, and I can pass on my mosquito killing gene, we can go into business for ourselves, man. Start a insecticide company, man. Or if I have enough children, we could always just lease them out for parties and stuff like that.
I have a name for your company.
Oh, this should be good.
Okay, Mo man, what's your name for my family business?
Breakwind.
It's weak.
You proud of yourself?
Even I say that's weak.
What?
Even I say that's weak.
Well, I don't know how you got here, but you are unprofessional and everything wrong with America. I'll just say that.
That's a serious statement, Joe.
But that's what I want. A little Mosquito Jane and some Mosquito Joe Juniors.
Little Joe.
Little Joes.
Little Joes.
Little Mosquito Joes.
Well, I mean, it's an honorable dream you have there, Joe. And it's a great thing you're doing for the world.
Absolutely.
Keep it up. Eat your beans. Eat your broccoli. Keep the flatulence coming.
Right on, man. Right on.
Not all superheroes wear capes.
No, they don't, man. Some of them bring burritos every day of their lives. I do it for you, Uganda. I do it for you.
Well, I've got nothing further. Neither do you. You're cut off.
Wise choice. Wise choice.
I have my moments. And I think for now, we'll let you go. I know you got a busy schedule.
I'm a busy man.
More interviews to do and more things to do. So we're just going to let you go.
Mosquitoes ain't going to kill themselves, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Just like Epstein.
And he shook your hand. Stellar man.
I'm a good man.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you have Millerhood. I'm going to head back to Uganda now. Bye.
Yeah. Have a good one. Have a good flight. Oh, crap. Richard's back.
Hey.
Where'd you come from?
I was just standing right there.
Oh,
you were talking to me.
I didn't see you walk over here. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's cool. Our first interview!
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mosquito Joe.
No thanks to you.
Yeah, no, this guy.
You called him a mole man.
He did.
Come on.
I get it, though. I mean,
the jokes were there. They had to be said.
They were easy jokes.
So is Nick.
Come on. But yeah, our first interview with a borderline internet celebrity,
Yeah, reputable,
human being doing good work. I mean, mosquitoes are bad. They spread disease.
doing God's work.
Yeah. I mean, and I just, I had no idea the struggles. You know what I mean? Of having that specific skill set and how it could affect your personal life. So that was interesting to learn that. So thank you, Joe, for taking some time out of your very important, busy day to spend some time here on Millerhood.
Being gassy would be a good thing.
No, he's out of the building? Oh, he's out of the building now. So, flatulence killing mosquitoes,
That's
man.
Great. That's awesome.
Oh, man. I hope he doesn't watch this video because holy crap, is that funny. It was so hard
It's funny
not to laugh at half of the things he said.
Yeah, but you got to have professionalism.
I did.
Unlike some people. You know what I mean? You got to be professional about it.
I'm just open with it.
I mean, you don't have, again, this is for the people in the podcast, such a professional studio with professional equipment and hired staff and everything and not put your best foot forward.
We didn't get to where we are today being unprofessional.
Exactly. Well, Nick did.
Nick
I'm just
did.
open with it.
It's because we invited him in.
We did invite him.
This is what we get. This is what we get.
If I didn't make jokes, I would just be fake.
I have no idea how to respond to that. So we're going to move forward.
Well, I mean, technically he is a...
So yeah, that's great. Our first interview is in the books. I think we can bring this episode of the Millerhood to a close. I think we had some interesting news stories we discussed.
Yeah.
I think really Nick went out of his way this week to make us question our judgment in bringing him into this.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
I think that's what Nick strives for, is to make us question everything about him.
Absolutely. So that's it for Millerhood.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for listening. If you're listening to the Stellar Podcast. And be on the lookout. There's more podcasts, more videos coming.
Oh, yeah.
And let us know. If you don't mind, please go ahead and share the videos with people. And leave us a review. Like our videos, like the podcast. Leave us a review on the podcast app or Spotify or wherever it is that you're listening. It helps us out a lot. Just that way we can spread the good awesomeness all around to as many people as possible. So this is the Millerhood.
Yeah.
And thank you for being here with us today, Z's. Don't.
Today's?
I'm not proud of it as it came out of
today's.
As I said it, I regretted it.
Do you see what I have to deal with?
I'm sorry.
The only mature one here.
That was embarrassing.
All right, so that's it from the Millerhood. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, rate our video, leave us a review, rate the podcast, leave us a review. Do all those awesome things, and you too can attain the status of Millerhood. The Millerhood.
What?